All right, guys, so today we got an issue because we got a $400 water bill. So I don't have a solution yet, and I don't know where my leak is, but I know it is between the water main and the house. And I'm thinking my solution is going to end up being running an entire new water line because I have no idea where it's leaking. And rather than try to dig it, the way that water line runs, it goes under about 3 fences and a chicken coop and around the barn, and I can't get my backhoe into half of it. So I'm thinking about just digging a whole new trench and running a new water line in a better location, and then I have new water line anyway. So let's get the backhoe put on, see what we can find. Thing I love about my little Kubota BX, I sure wouldn't want to be carrying a shovel over here to try to dig this up and figure out what's going on. And I definitely wouldn't want to be digging a whole new water line with a shovel. So at least we have a way to fix this. This kind of stuff's always frustrating and, you know, a little bit of a pain, but it can definitely be a lot worse. We've decided we're just going to go for it with the new water line, and I've measured. It's 175 feet, so I figure about 200 feet. Time we snake around a couple things. Hardest part will probably be digging through the driveway, but aside from that, yeah, won't be too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This is probably gonna be kind of a week-long project because I've only got a couple of hours to work on it this evening, and so it's gonna take me a while to get there. And we got rain in the forecast, which is awesome, but I've got a trash pump. If we have to, we'll pump the water out of it so we can work when it comes time to lay the pipe. But anyway, we'll get her done. Now, at this point, I'm just hoping my cows don't walk off in the ditch. I think they're smarter than that, but I don't know. It's about 32 inches deep, give or take. Some places it's 3 foot. I just kind of dug it plenty deep. I need 2 feet, and I know that some of the sides are gonna fall in, especially if it rains and stuff like that. So I figured if I go 32 to 36 inches, that ought to get me plenty deep enough. And shouldn't have to do too much shovel digging when it's all said and done. But anyway, this gets me out of the pasture. I can close the gate, and I think I'm gonna call it a night because it's just about to get dark on me, and I'll be back at it throughout this week. I've got, I'm about halfway there. I've got 175 feet to dig, and I probably dug about 80 or so. Yeah, so we're gonna get there. Sunday afternoon, just got home from church. Gonna try to get about 30 minutes worth of digging done before it gets dark on me. Well guys, it's getting dark, can't hardly see down in the ditch, and it's cold. So I'm gonna call it a night. I got another 30 foot dug though, so that's good. And I've got a plan now. I got to thinking it's gonna start raining after tomorrow for the next several days. I don't want my ditch to cave in before I get the pipe in it. So tomorrow I'm gonna go pick up the pipe, and I'm gonna go ahead and get at least this 100 foot that I've got dug. I'm gonna go ahead and get the pipe laid out in the ditch and get some dirt on it, get it kind of set in place. That way, you know, if the ditch falls in or whatever, it's just filling itself in for me. So yeah, I kind of been worried about that. I was trying to think how I'm supposed to get this whole ditch dug and get the pipe in before it caves in on it, but I think that's gonna be my solution. Hopefully it hangs in there until tomorrow evening when I get the pipe put in. So we'll see you tomorrow night. All right guys, it is Monday afternoon. I got a little bit of time before it gets dark on me. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit done here because we have heavy rains in the forecast for the next 4 days. And I don't want my ditch to cave in on me and I lose all my progress of getting this ditch dug. So I am about to, well, the first thing I'm gonna do is I've got an old bilge pump that I've got set up to pump holes out for, like, you know, when I need to be able to get to my water meter, but the hole's full of water and all that. So I'm going to hook that bilge pump up, pump the water out of this ditch and out of the water meter hole, and I'm gonna get that running. And then I went and picked up some pipe so that I can go ahead and get my pipe laid in the ditch, the part of the ditch that I've got dug. That way, if more of the ditch caves in, then I won't lose all of my work. Because yeah, with the heavy rains and all that, I mean, the ditch is going to fill up with water, parts of the ditch are going to cave in and that sort of thing. So I figure if I can go ahead and just run the pipe, I'll stub it up down here by the meter, you know, 5 feet extra or whatever, and that way I can go ahead and start getting the pipe put in the hole. I might even backfill a little bit just to get it covered up, and then any further that I dig, I'll make sure I lay the pipe in it before the rains hit. But that's probably going to put me on hold until the weekend when the rain goes away before I can finish this up. But I got all the fittings and everything I need to make the connections, except for maybe the last connection at the water meter here, because I don't know what I need for that yet. But yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead and get to work. Now this is actually a spare bilge pump I used to carry in my bass boat, and then this battery is a small battery pack that I made to run my fish finder on my kayak when I used to do a little bit of kayak bass fishing. So just kind of handy little things I have around. So we get the water pumped out of this hole. I've got a big trash pump that I could use for this, but I really just don't want to drag it out and all the big heavy hoses. I've got 3-inch hose and all that for it. So yeah, I'm just gonna pass on that. All right, so we pumped a lot of water out of this ditch, but at this point, actually, I've got my pipe down in there more than 2 feet, 32 inches, whatever. I dug the ditch about 36 inches deep most places, and so our pipe's 32 inches for most of it. And We need about 2 feet here to be safe. But what I'm going to do, instead of pumping all the water out of this ditch, since it doesn't really matter anymore, I'm going to put it in this, in here with the water meter, and pump the water out of this hole, because I'd like to see the connections. I don't know what size of fittings I need to get. All right, I think we've got a 3/4 inch connection coming off of there. So I think this is going to be too hard to swap out. Should be able to drill a hole through the side right there and come in and put me a 3/4 inch on the end of this, connect it up and be golden. So we'll see. But that's what she looks like down in there. And this is not even 2 foot deep, I don't think. I think we can get back to ditch digging now. All right, pretty successful night. It's getting dark on me. Hey, bud. So I'm going to roll this pipe into the ditch and then call it a night. And we'll try to finish it up whenever the rain lets us. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here because I've got most of the ditch digging done, so we'll call this one our Tractor Tuesday video, and the next update will be me making the waterline connections and getting all this finished up and the dirt put over the ditch. I figure I'll split this up because this is a pretty big project. It's gonna take some time. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.